like the plan is definitely going as scheduled. That is us and Shedeur Sanders for the 2025 season, man. Jimmy Haslam looked like he might have secured his bill with the city for this new stadium. And he's doing interviews and he's talking, bro. But more importantly, we're seeing a shift change in the roster. We've seen Joe Flacco leave. We've seen Kevin Stefanski looking like a deer in headlights.
Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam just dropped a massive bombshell about Shedeur Sanders. And let's just say, from locker room whispers to Twitter explosions, everyone's asking the same question. Did Haslam really say that about Primetime's son? Stick around as we uncovered chaos.
I believe Jimmy Haslam is about to put his foot down because he needs to pay for that new stadium. See, no one's talking about this. And guess who's the biggest name in all of the NFL? Shedeur Sanders. Could this be the reason why they pretty much drafted Shedeur Sanders? Could this be the reason why he benched him originally? Could this all been a ploy and a conspiracy by
Cleveland, Ohio, where hope goes to retire, and apparently where Jimmy Haslam just decided to drop the biggest offseason bomb since the Browns pretended Baker Mayfield was the future. Word is, the Browns owner has finally said enough is enough.
Now, the major issue is Kevin Stefanski, Jimmy Haslam, and Andrew Berry, they're all not on the same page. Now, we all know that Dylan Gabriel is Kevin Stefanski's guy. A lot of people are out there saying that Kevin Stefanski doesn't like Shedeur Sanders. He could care less about Shedeur Sanders.
He's tired of losing, tired of rebuilding, and more importantly, tired of not having anyone to help him sell that shiny new billion-dollar stadium. And who better to fix all of that than Sanders? Not Deion, not Shiloh. No, we're talking about the golden child of hype himself, Shedeur Sanders.
He has no use for Shedeur. It's going to take the owner stepping in and saying no to Stefanski, but I'm going to tell you what tears me up about this. They have the fourth easiest schedule remaining. They have what Pro Football Focus ranks the #1 defense in pro football. This draft class is starting to percolate.
Because when all else fails, why not throw money, marketing, and a famous last name at the problem? Jimmy Haslam didn't just make a move. He made the move, the kind of move that makes PR executives cry tears of joy and coaches quietly panic in the film room.
It's always tough with the Browns. I think Shedeur should be quarterback #1. I think he has what it takes, and the other quarterbacks haven't been working there, and just because someone's getting paid more doesn't mean that they should be starting. That's my positioning on it.
You see, Haslam's been smiling lately. Stadium deal? Locked in? City approval? Done. Public-private partnership? Oh, you bet. Kevin Stefanski's on the sideline looking like he's trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded, and right in the middle of it all, Haslam, plotting his next step like a man who just discovered the secret ingredient to relevancy.
Ocho, what are we doing? It's already been reported that Bailey Zappi was taking a lot of the practice squad snaps.
Kevin Stefanski is really enjoying this moment. Kevin Stefanski is making the Browns organization basically Jerry Springer. He's making a mockery of the situation and enjoying it. Just announce the goddamn quarterback. Who's quarterback #2? Why are we playing these goddamn mind games?
Let's be honest. The Browns need a storyline more than they need a touchdown. And Jimmy knows this. The NFL isn't just about football anymore. It's about engagement, clicks, and chaos. And what sells better than a Sanders family soap opera? Absolutely nothing. Haslam didn't draft a quarterback. He drafted a brand. And the theory is making rounds right now. Pure cinematic genius.
all been a ploy and a conspiracy by Jimmy Haslam to pretty much raise the stock of Shedeur Sanders. See, we already know Shedeur was big coming out of college, but what sells more than anything? And I know all about drama getting clicks, bro. I'm a professional content creator. Drama get clicks. What if we bench Shedeur Sanders?
What if Haslam didn't just bench Shedeur? He planned it. What if he turned the whole thing into a marketing campaign disguised as a depth chart? Think about it. The only thing missing is a reality TV camera crew following Stefanski around muttering about offensive schemes that make no sense.
With the 5th overall pick, he can play. He's a stud. And then Carson Schwessinger out at UCLA.
Yeah, linebacker. Good player.
He just might be the defensive rookie of the year. And Quinshon Judkins, I'm looking at what he's done in his 3 games. Yeah. 94 yards, 82 yards, 110 yards. He can tote the rock. Then Harold Fannin Jr., all he does is just get open at tight end. He was their third.
And let's not forget, this man has $1 billion stadium to pay for. You think tax dollars alone are doing that? Please. The Browns could win a Super Bowl tomorrow and still struggle to sell out preseason games. What he needs isn't another quarterback, it's a headline. Shedeur Sanders isn't just the quarterback of the future. He's the influencer in cleats who can make even Cleveland look marketable.
I think Shedeur's a better player than Dillon Gabriel. I think drafting Dillon Gabriel in the third's pretty bold.
I didn't love that pick.
So my theory was they're no dummies. They've been around Jimmy long enough. They realize that like as Shedeur falls, he's going to force them to take Shedeur Sanders. So they go, listen, we'd love to take this guy in the 4th or 5th. Let's take him now so it kind of shuts him up. But then Shedeur just kept plummeting. They didn't have a choice once they got to the 5th round when he's like, you got to do it. So
The logic is wild, but somehow genius. Tank the hype early, bench him for development, and then unleash him late in the season like a comeback superhero. Suddenly, the Browns have their redemption arc. Shedeur rises, the fans go crazy, the merch flies off shelves, and the city justifies dropping $1 billion on a shiny new stadium. Forget game plans. This is a content strategy.
Pick. So it scares me because Stefanski is going to fight for his life and his job and his draft pick, a 3rd round pick in Dillon. It tears my guts out to watch what's happening to Shedeur with a chance. This is on a silver platter for somebody to take the reins. So I'm not loving this for Shedeur unless Jimmy Haslam just steps in and says, okay, that's enough. We have to give the people what they want.
Meanwhile, over in Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin's looking around like, did these guys really trade Flacco to a division rival? Yes, Mike, they did. The trade decisions, the awkward interviews, the forced optimism, it all screams one thing. This isn't about football anymore.
So Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson, he does an interview and he says reliable sources told him that the NFL all got together and decided they were not going to draft Shedeur Sanders. Now, this is something that we all knew. Okay, that's not new information. But what I want y'all to think about is I think Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Cleveland Browns, he went against everybody.
Jimmy and D. Haslam, the owners of the Cleveland Browns, y'all gotta cut it out. Whatever is going on there is becoming too obvious that you're trying to break the kid here because realistically, he should be in the game already. I know you're trying to try out another quarterback. You're trying to make sure that whatever you do, you get your point across them. It's becoming more and more ridiculous on you guys' part. You're not winning.
This is Haslam's long con to make the Browns relevant through pure drama. And honestly, it might work. Because if Shedeur actually lights it up next season, Haslam looks like a genius. The Browns finally get attention that doesn't involve sadness, and Cleveland suddenly becomes the most talked about team in the league. For once, not for the wrong reasons. But if it fails, oh, the memes will be glorious.